Hi, this is Group 20 with Grace Hannan, Ashlee Michels, Ryann Howard, and Tegan Anderson. And this is our character Moana, the person we created. She is a 24-year-old single Hawaiian female, born and raised on the islands, but her parents split up when she was 7 and ended up moving to the States with her mom. Her mom was white and her dad is Hawaiian, so with the split up, she lacked a father figure. In addition to Hawaiian culture, her profession is a marriage and family therapist counselor, and her spiritual thing that she goes through is spiritual struggle, and both her parents had different religions, so as she grew up, she didn't really know what to believe, because she never had a pretty stable relationship with either of them. And then you can change the other. And this is her grown up. The term I'm going to talk about is culture. And she grew up away from her homeland. She was born in Hawaii, but when she moved to the States, she felt confusion and disconnect from her actual culture, because she didn't have her father figure, who was the main part of her culture. Since her mom was a single parent, her mom was a permissive parenting, because her mom wasn't very controlling. She would rather be a best friend to her daughter than an actual mother figure, because her mother felt bad, and she didn't want her daughter not to like her. She also lacked structure of a father, and her mom wasn't really strict, so her daughter lacked stability. And then her father was a rejecting and neglecting parenting, because her father was not present in her life. He was an alcoholic and was emotionally abusive. That was the main reason for the divorce, and her mom leaving. And the father chose alcohol over getting better for the family.
And then also individuality and connectedness. She had a tough time opening up to people because of the trauma she had been through. She felt like she always had to keep her emotions in because it will have the best results for her. She doesn't like change, so if she ever talked to people, she tried to not make them upset. She wanted to put other people's happiness before hers. She would also try not to voice her opinion, so then she wouldn't have to confront the feelings of the situation. And then also she had to do some coping. She keeps her emotions inside because that is what her mom has been doing since she was younger. Since the father was an alcoholic, she tried to keep that from Moana so that she wouldn't have to worry about that or have to know about any of that. She felt like she had to never show her emotions just because her mom never did, and so she thought that was the best decision because she wanted to follow with her mom's footsteps. She also didn't like the confrontation because when her mom tried to confront her dad, they ended up leaving Hawaii and moved to the States. And then attachment, she feels very close to her mom because she is truly like the only person in her life that didn't leave her. When she was younger, her mom would like hide all of the problems from her, so she had a good childhood. Her mom wanted her to have a good childhood and not have to worry about any of the issues.
Okay. And then we have resilience. Because Moana's parents split up when she was so young, it was easy for her to think she was the problem when she became older. And so after years of wondering like what truly happened that caused her parents to give up on each other and have no relationship with her dad, she found ways to persevere through God's grace and be resilient. And then she also carries this into her profession of being a marriage and family counselor, which leads into emotional intelligence. With all of the trauma that she's gone through, she uses it as a way to teach and help others overcome their marriage and family difficulties. So being able to understand and share feelings of others is essential when you're working with these individuals. Because she's a counselor with past experiences, she obtains high empathy and can deeply relate to what other people are going through in the perspective of her clients, which also helps build trust and safety. And then identity, because she was nearly forced to move away from her hometown and original culture when she was so young. There's no one around her that fully understands her past. She's very cautious and fearful of commitment, and her parents' divorce was painful and marked by conflict. When she developed fears and hesitations about long-term commitment in relationships, developed the fears and hesitations about long-term commitment in relationships. And the breakdown of her parents' marriage has led her to question the stability of relationships in general. So she's extremely resilient, and having learned to adapt to significant changes during her childhood or adolescence, the experience of her parents' divorce taught her how to cope with the uncertainty, emotional upheaval, and complex family dynamics.
And then next for ideal or feared self. After seeing all her family went through and having no father figure, she's come to terms with the reality of the divorce, accepting that her family structures changed and understanding that this doesn't define her worth or her future. Though she is a single marriage and family counselor, she second guesses her fit for the position because she never had the ideal family life. For memory, she has memory of all the times her mom and dad would fight, and she thinks it would be the best decision for her mom, but she doesn't think it was best for her. She doesn't think she belongs anywhere, and when she was younger, she didn't realize how her parents were having trouble, and now that she's older, she's starting to realize that it wasn't a healthy relationship. And for aggression, Moana had all these bottled up, aggression towards her father and her life. She saw her dad would get more aggressive, and she never wanted to be like that. But then these emotions started to rise, and she started to realize she might be more like him than she thinks.